This is the limited edition 1/8 scale Wolverine Victorious figurine. When I saw this, I knew I had to get one. The overall concept was designed by Mr. Alan Kwa and is sculpted by the very famous Mufisa Mokhtar. So I really love this figurine, brought to life by those two gentlemen and produced by none other than Royal Selangor. At first glance, I didn't notice this, but it was only after a few closer inspection that I realized that Wolverine was actually standing on top of a very cool base, and that base is actually the head of a defeated or vanquished Sentinel. At first glance, I didn't see it, but then when I look closer, yes, there it is. So it's actually an all-black polystone head of Sentinel, then that is what Wolverine is standing on top of. So Wolverine itself is made out of full 100% pewter, and I would have to say, in terms of the sculpt, the details are superb. There are plenty of different textures, and as you can see here, it's very cool to the touch. When you're touching the back of the Wolverine's uniform, the muscles, and even the belt actually has a very cool smooth brush metal-like finishing. So no matter where you touch Wolverine, you actually get a feel of a different texture and finishing, and that gives you a sense of how much hours the guys at Royal Selangor have actually gone to make and produce this figurine. The best part of this figurine is the adamantium claws. It's actually very smooth finish, but the best part of it is actually really you won't have to worry about them breaking because it's made out of pewter. That's one thing, and it's pretty much kid and visitor friendly. So if you have anyone who come to your house or office where you display this figurine, you don't have to worry about them breaking the adamantium claws. The best part of the figure, of course, as you can see, the pose of Wolverine itself. It seems like he's ready to pounce on other upcoming enemies, and in terms of the muscles, the texture, it's just very different from what we've seen before in the market. This entire limited edition Wolverine Victorious figurine is only limited to 3,000 worldwide, and this is of course an official Marvel licensee product, so it will actually come in official Marvel packaging as well. So that's actually very cool. So for those of you who have not seen this before, I will highly recommend you to check this out. So you're probably wondering, hey, how big is this guy? Well, compared to the Venom figurine that we have reviewed last year, you'll see that it's actually a lot bigger compared to that. But next to a Iron Man figurine as well, which is also again the same from Royal Selangor, it is actually of equal height. So the Iron Man actually has a very smooth finishing throughout, but compared to the Iron Man, I would have to say the Wolverine actually is a lot better product, because like I said, in terms of detail, the workmanship and the finishing in itself, it is a lot more detailed, and I really spent a lot of hours just looking and of course touching the figurine itself. So you don't actually have to worry, because like a normal statue, you don't really want anybody to touch your statue because it will actually affect the paintwork. But this being a Royal Selangor Pewter figurine, you can touch it as many times as you want. All you need to do is just get a wet cloth and wipe it. And if you feel like you want it to restore to a normal shine, factory shine, just use a polish and you'll be back to normal. So that's what I really like. So in terms of downside, are there any downsides? I've been giving a lot of praises to this figurine. I think the only downside is most statue collectors would think that this is a little bit too small or expensive. But you know what? It is supposed to be. I mean, compared to polystone or resin that you usually buy from the normal statue manufacturers, Pewter is supposed to be a lot more expensive because of the materials they've used. So in terms of value, it is definitely a lot more expensive, and that is why I suppose Royal Selangor don't really produce this in 1/4 scale, because if you're going to produce in 1/4 scale, it is definitely going to be a lot more expensive. But if you do want something bigger, hey, they also actually have a limited edition Iron Man and Ultron replica, which is the same statue as you get from XM Studio. So there's actually quite a lot of Marvel characters that's being released by Royal Selangor, and I highly recommend you to check them out on their website, and I'll put the link down below. So let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys prefer this version of Wolverine, the classic Wolverine uniform, which is what I really dig? But I think for me, and I think most fans, they will probably dig the face sculpt. I think the face sculpt is really spot on. It's very true to the original comic design. And for me, I think, sometimes it's just nice to have something smaller, a little bit more classy in terms of a statue made out of pewter. You can actually bring this and put this in your office, or actually put this in your home. It'll be a conversation piece, and people can actually touch it and appreciate the sculpt, the texture, the feeling, and the finishing of a pewter statue. Not everybody have a pewter statue nowadays, so that's actually quite rare, and something that statue collectors will actually appreciate. It's something different from having a normal polystone or resin statue in your collection. So let me know what you think of this figurine. I don't know why they call it figurine, because I still think Royal Selangor should have called this a statue. So a big thank you to Royal Selangor for providing the review unit, and we'd love to hear what you guys think about this figurine from Royal Selangor. This is the limited edition 1/8 scale Wolverine victorious figurine. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys down in the comment section down below.